What's up, y'all? Entropy here. Welcome back to Freeport Tech Dynasty. Up to number 15 in the country, 4-1 on the season. And we hit the road to take on the Utah Utes this year after we just beat BYU at home. So we got to play both Utah teams in back-to-back weeks, which is going to be tough. They're always very physical, tough teams. BYU didn't offer up a ton of resistance. We did have the benefit of playing that game at home, and we were kind of motivated to play well after dropping our first game of the year to Texas Tech. So hitting the road on Utah is not going to be an easy task, I'm sure. What is going to be a difficult task is recruiting. Recruiting is insane right now. I can't think of a time where I've had this many different recruits coming down to important decisions like all at once. So Monty Marvin, who's been our quarterback target of ours all season long, recently, within the last few weeks, became our only quarterback target. Visited last week. Visit went pretty well. We won, obviously, got the big boost that we needed for blowing out the BYU Cougars. Obviously, we didn't benefit from the fact that they were not a very good team at the time. We even had complimentary visits come in. We had a couple of linemen with them. We had Finau O scheduled to come in, but he committed to Texas beforehand. Got him in for, a good recruiting pitch and all that, and didn't commit. And Pitt has him lined up to visit this week. Now, Pitt is also a very good team. They're ranked inside the top 10, I think, again. They were ranked in the top 10 last year as well. I think they were a playoffs team, in fact. So Pitt in this Dynasty has been a very strong team, so that has me feeling very uneasy. Plus, he's from Pennsylvania, which I gotta imagine is gonna help as well. So we narrowly missed out on getting a commit from him last week, and the Pitt visit certainly has me worried because, as you can see, we don't have any other options on the quarterback board at the moment. It's just Monty. So if we don't get him, we could really be in for it. And losing him would suck, too, because he's 6'2", 222. Great build already. 89 speed, 88 acceleration as well. His accuracy leaves a bit to be desired. His throw power, 84, isn't great. Definitely a guy that would need to develop for a year or two, ideally. But it's hard to find quarterbacks that have this kind of speed. So if we don't if Pitt ends up stealing him from us, that's going to be a really hard pill to swallow. And we're going to have to reopen the quarterback board a bit, and I don't even know who else will be out there at this point. We're about halfway through the season, and quarterbacks get taken quickly, so I don't even know how many guys would even be options for us. Receiver, Nicholas Wing, one of our new targets we're going after, trying to play catch up a little bit. Just passed Mississippi State last week, trying to catch LSU now as he just reached his top 5. So we do have his ideal pitch locked in, which is nice. Hopefully that will help us maybe get more of a boost. But we'll have to see. 6'5", 207, obviously crazy athlete. Akeem Nagy, another receiver option on the board. I just didn't have the hours to spare to him, and we'll kind of see why, because I did have hours left over that I had to do stuff with this week, but added a few new names to the board and scouted them and whatnot, and have one guy that I'm sending the house on, so we'll get to him in a second. But Akeem Nagy, another option that's still on the board. We offered him a scholarship, so we're in his top 3 now, but we got to make a decision on him next week for sure. Tight end. We have a new tight end target. Rashard Thomas, a vertical threat from St. Louis, Missouri. 6'5", 205. Only a 3-star, ranked 33rd on the tight end board. The tight ends are mostly getting nabbed up, and a lot of the ones that are available are like gritty possession or pure blocker archetypes, which isn't inherently a problem, but those guys are typically really slow and not great receiving, and our tight ends are often used as receivers. So I had Rashard Thomas to the board, and he looks solid. 83 speed is pretty good for the size. 67 awareness. Blocking isn't great. Strength isn't great. 83 acceleration. Catching 75, 70 catching traffic. His route running isn't great either. So definitely a work in progress type, but we have other tight ends in the room at the moment, so I'm not particularly concerned about that. I'm just kind of looking to add another name to the room in this cycle. Another interesting thing about Rashard Thomas is that I believe, based on looking at his face here, that he would actually come in and have the long hair out the back of the helmet, which one of my personal biggest gripes with this game is that there are not a lot of players that are generated like in these high school classes that have long hair. And to me, that bothers me a lot because if you watch any college football game, there's dudes with long hair all over the place. Like, they're everywhere in the world of football and college football specifically. So for the new game, I'm hoping that is one thing they add is, more dudes with long hair because it's more realistic and it kind of helps separate guys and make them more discernible from each other on the field. It's a way to it's just a thing for immersion. Like there's got like having a dude come in with long hair, to me that like makes a difference to me. So it's just kind of a neat little thing about Thomas specifically. But I'm not prioritizing him necessarily because he's not like a crazy talent, but he is an interesting one and one that I'd be willing to bring in. He would need to pack on some muscle though, for sure. Tackle board, the same. Dalton Abrams coming down to a decision, just like Monty Marvin. We had him in for the visit as well. We'll see who wins the drag race here between us and Oklahoma. It's going to be close. And Kevin Tyree, new tackle, added to the board because we bowed out of Quincy Newton. I already forgot his name. The guy we just took off the board. Kevin Tyree is now another option for us. At tackle, we offered him a scholarship last week. We sent the house on him this week. So we'll see how that goes. Brian Valenzuela, new guard target. Obviously, my plan, as you guys are aware, is to potentially play John Moffitt, the new center that we got committed last week. Potentially move him over to guard because he's an agile archetype. But I came across Valenzuela, and I'm like, you can never have too many old linemen. 6'1", 325, has great size already. We're in his top group as well. 89 strength, good blocking power. More of a run blocker than a pass blocker, but that's about to be expected, honestly. So, an interesting name that's on the board now, and I threw a scholarship his way. This week, Enrique Vermiglio just reached his top 5. Don't know his hard sell. It's us and Georgia Tech still vying for him, so we'll see how that race continues to go. D tackles, Bruce Burden. Michigan had him in for a visit last week. Apparently didn't go great, or at least not as well as it could have, because they didn't gain a ton of influence for him. And we have him set to visit next week, so a race that could potentially go our way. It's looking like Nebraska is getting him in for a week 12 visit, but that's too far off in the distance, I believe. Dave Bryant, very close to a commitment. The complete opposite, really. No competition for him since LSU bowed out, so still kind of weird situation there. Daryl Lipscomb, we did actually pass Ohio State, which is kind of interesting, in just 1 week. The new outside linebacker target, 6 foot 222. Looks good, 26th ranked outside linebacker in the class. So things are looking good for him. Hopefully Ohio State doesn't start dumping hours into him now that we're in the race, but that is how things tend to go for us, it seems. At Mike, Josh Blanco is set to visit next week, the 5-star gem signal caller. This dude is insanely talented, and this one is going to come down to the wire between us and Texas A&M, unfortunately. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get an outright commitment. I feel like A&M's going to trigger a recruiting battle unless we like blow them out of the water on the visit. So we'll have to see how that goes. And they have him coming in for the visit the very next week, so that doesn't make me feel very good either, to be honest with you. I think at this point comfortably our top target on the board, aside from maybe this man here, Jesse Hunt. So Nebraska got into the race. And as you can see, I have him set to visit next week as well. So he will he will get a visit boost with Josh Blanco. So Blanco now has 2 guys he's getting boost with because he gets the boost for both the D tackle and the cornerback. So kind of a nice defensive visit week. So we're going to have Jesse Hunt on campus, and we'll see if we can lock him up maybe. I'm not playing any games with him now that Nebraska's in the race. I want to get him locked up as soon as possible with a commitment. So we'll see if we are able to do that. Cam Berry, yet another guy just coming right down to it. We may have like 3 different decisions get made this week across our recruiting board, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, it's not looking great for him, unfortunately, but we do have a lead, and it looks like we will reach the commit bar. So I'm going to try it, and we'll just see who he decides to pick between us and Oregon. It's going to be close, no doubt about it. Whoops. And then the new name on the board, Juan Montgomery, who I did add, and I did send the house on. The reason being other schools have offered him scholarships already. 6'2", 12 hybrid from Charlotte, North Carolina. 88 speed, 89 acceleration, 84 change of direction, 85 agility. Pretty good athletically. Man and zone coverage are 79 and 77. That's really nice to see. 73 tackle as well. just looks like a really well-rounded safety prospect. Now, obviously, he'll likely play behind John Merrill at free safety because John Merrill's our safety of the future for next year once Sebastian Thompson graduates. So he'll be more of a depth guy probably. However, it looks very talented in his own right and has good size at 6'2", 212. So I'm very interested in him. And we kind of need a free safety, honestly. We only have, I think, 2 on the roster next year. Yeah, because Thompson's graduating, so we'll have Merrill and Ben Addison, assuming they both stick around. And then Montgomery would make 3 if we could somehow get into this race. And the strong safety room, we were only going to have 3 also between Byard, Cortez Brady, and Dennis Hicks. So the safety room's getting a little light, but as long as I got 3 at each spot, I'll feel pretty good. So Juan Montgomery, the new target. There. So that is it. That is where recruiting stands. Obviously, things are insane. Lots of dudes making decisions here in the near future. So this next week, where we sim ahead after the game, is going to be it's going to be a very, very tough week, I think, to get everybody. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe we will get everybody. Maybe we'll get lucky, and that is how it's going to go. But yeah, recruiting is continuing to be kind of crazy for us. We're going to go white jersey, chrome blue helmet, and blue pants for this matchup. Here we go, baby. At the home of the Utes, dressed in the all reds. Crowd going crazy, as we would expect, as the bird leads them out on the motorcycle. Utah, always a tough team to play against, as here comes the visiting 15th ranked Freeport Tech Marlins at Rice-Eccles Stadium. And we'll see if Utah is able to do what Texas Tech did and pull off an upset here at home. We will be kicking off the start. It's 70 degrees Fahrenheit and 4-mile-an-hour winds, so nothing too crazy in the weather department as Terrence Reinbolt lines up and boots it. It is going to be returned. Siagi Tualo dodges the block but misses the tackle. William Byard comes over and does bring down the return man. Impact players Javier Cherry and Jordan Crawford. Who else? The 2 big D tackles up the middle, as it looks like Utah's got a corner, and I think it was an offensive lineman that we got to worry about. Straight handoff up the middle, and Jordan Crawford picks him up and throws him down. Only a gain of 2. Handoff again, and Jordan Crawford again keeps him from getting any more than 2 yards, and it looks like a lineman comes up injured for Utah. It'll be 3rd and 6. Dropped back to pass. Quarterback's going to go down. It's Javier Cherry, the other defensive tackle. Bringing him down for a loss of 7 on the sack. They highlighted our 2 impact players, and they made all 3 plays on that possession. What production we're getting from the interior of our defensive line. And Utah is going to go 3 and out to start. Not a great punt. Told you going to have a chance to return it here. Looking for a seam and gets out to Utah's 42-yard line. We're going to be starting well into their territories. Here comes Ofisa Vea, the stud receiver from Euless, Texas, who has been so productive since he set foot on campus. Hopefully he'll have another nice game here today. Number 20, toughest place to play. Absolutely rocking for this game. But Bo Jackson gets us started with a great run up the middle for 18 yards. Gonna try an RPO to Bowling, and he makes the catch, and we're already down to Utah's 8-yard line. Kukwa came into motion. Jackson will get the handoff and kind of missed the hole. It's gonna be only a 2-yard gain. Jackson again gets leveled by the safety who came down and made that play. It'll bring up 3rd and goal. Jackson goes into motion. Can we get that to Kukwa? We can! Touchdown! Marlins. A.J. Maddox calmly delivers the throw despite the oncoming rush. And Prince Kukwa gets our day started with a touchdown. Utah looking to respond with a touchdown drive of their own, but that gets off to a bad start. They'll lose one on the play. Jordan Crawford again. Oh my gosh. Quick throw to the running back. Not a great pass from the quarterback. That's what I call a Stafford special. He made him kind of spin and catch it, and he just couldn't get going fast enough and got caught by defenders. That's on the quarterback there. 3rd and 9, quarterback is going to go down. It's Jordan Crawford again. Oh my gosh, Utah does not have an answer for Jordan Crawford right now. What a start to this game for him. My gosh, we're going to get great starting field position again. Told you, basically just caught that where we started our last drive. And now we're starting at the 34-yard line. We're already in field goal range. Bo Jackson gets the handoff. Tried to cut through a lane. Does fall forward for 3. Can we get that to Maggio? Oh, what a throw! And what a catch by Ben Maggio for our 2nd touchdown of the game. A.J. Maddox with an absolute beauty, dropping it over the defender. And Ben Maggio with the toe tap to make the catch off the play action. What a play. And look at the throw from Maddox, and Maggio with the awareness to keep his feet in bounds. Uh-oh, looks like Utah might be challenging to play on the field. He held on to the ball. His feet were very, very close to the line. From that angle, it looks good. But we'll have to see. We've had touchdowns taken away before. I'm hearing the fight song. That's usually a good sign. And yes, the touchdown is going to stand. What a catch by Ben Maggio. And it's going to be a 2-score lead for us early in the first quarter, largely thanks to the defense just shutting Utah down and forcing some punts from deep in their own territory that's giving us outstanding starting field position. Quarterback tries one over the middle. It's knocked out by Jaden Lewis. Paul Freeney was sitting there waiting for an interception. That was not a very smart throw. Oh my gosh, quarterback just completely missed a wide open receiver. He is off today. Oh my gosh, that's 2 incompletions already on this drive, and it's 3rd and 10. A lot of time for the quarterback. Runs out of it though and just throws it away. Had an edge rusher come off and nearly get a sack, but it's going to be another 3-and-out for Utah. They just can't get anything going. Xavier Kennedy generating some pressure there. Braylon told you, trying to get the edge, isn't quite going to get out there. We'll be starting on our own side of the field for the first time today, and it's our own 49-yard line. Waited too long to dump it off, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Jackson goes in motion. Twallow gets the carry going the other way, drags the defender, and is going to get the first down. So Jackson gets the carry and loses 1 on the play. Keeper for Maddox on the read option. Some great blocking downfield is going to free up a lot of running room. They'll be forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Kukla comes in motion. Play action. Blitz picked up. Maddox going to evade the pressure. Can we get that? Oh, no. It's intercepted. Glass went upfield right as I was trying to throw it to him. And I threw it right to the guy covering him. A horrible mistake on my part. Trying to force something. Really should have just taken off and ran with it. But instead, it's a turnover as we were looking to extend our lead even further and really start a blowout of sorts. But Christian Thatcher made the play for Utah. Gosh dang it. Screen to the right side. Tackle is made by Jaden Lewis, but it's a gain of 5. Right as the quarter's about to end, one more snap for Utah, and they are just going to throw this one away again. That play did not work, and some pressure was in on the quarterback. That'll do it for the first quarter. All Freeport Tech in that first quarter, 14-0, and Utah has yet another 3rd down coming up well inside their own territory. They have negative 11 rushing yards and 5 passing yards on the day. Our defense had an outstanding first quarter. It'll be a handoff, and running room's going to open up for the running back. Down the right side, Paul Freeney comes over and makes the tackle, but Utah gets their first down of the day to start the second quarter. Oh, Taj Carry-On gets through unblocked, and it's a huge sack for a loss of 7. Carry-On just flew through the line. No one accounted for him, and Utah immediately goes backwards following their first down of the game. A lot of time, and he's going to go down. He ran out of it. Williami Queen gets home for another sack. And this quarterback is just getting beat up in this game. Holy crap. 3rd and 24. 3rd and forever. Utah. Quarterback's going down again. It's Jordan Crawford. Who else getting home on the sack? Our defensive line is just wreaking havoc. And I gotta be honest, I am surprised. Utah typically very strong in the trenches. But this team this season just is not. Crawford's 2nd sack of the game. Braylon told you. Good return. Gets down to the 37-yard line of Utah. Our starting field position in this game has just been absurd. Getting Glass over the middle. He makes the catch. Big hit laid by the safety, but he hangs on, and we're down inside the red zone again. Trevor Stumpf gets the carry. Finds a lane, and he's down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal. Stumpf will get this carry again, this time swallowed up by the big D tackle. Can we get that to Bowling? We can! Touchdown! Marlins, AJ Maddox having an incredible half as he gets his 3rd passing touchdown, this time to the tight end, Donnell Bowling. And everything continues to come up Freeport in this first half. What a performance we are putting on. And a great route from Bowling to create that much separation down in the red zone. Handoff to start the drive, and Sebastian Thompson, the free safety, comes flying down and makes a tackle. How about that? Underneath, caught. Carry on and Pepper combined on tackle. It'll be 3rd and 8. Quick throw to the running back, and Taj Carry on all over it. And it's 4th and 12, and Utah's going to punt it again. This defense is out here on a mission. Considerably good punt for the punter, considering how he's done so far, and it's our worst starting field position of the day, our own 48-yard line. Play action. Oh, no, terrible read by me. I didn't think that dude was going to follow Vea across the field, but he sure did, and probably should have intercepted it. Stumpf gets the handoff, and just nothing opened up to the right side. We lose 6. It'll be 3rd and 16. Okay, I get that to Vea, and it's knocked out. Incomplete. It'll be 4th and 16, and yeah, we're going to have to obviously punt this. Our first punt of the game. It'll be a handoff to start the drive for Utah, and the running back breaks free, gets loose, and he is down to the 35-yard line, and that's going to bring us to the 2-minute timeout. Utah just trying to get on the board here in the first half as they started with the ball. So we'll get the ball to start the second half. So they desperately need some points. Underneath, caught. Dwayne Chin couldn't quite make the tackle. Xavier Kennedy ends up doing it. And it ends up hurting them a little bit that the guy broke that tackle. It probably was going to be about a 5-yard gain. Instead, it's a 0-yard gain. And with that throw and a toe tap by the running back, it's a 1-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 9 already. Underneath, caught. Dwayne Chin sticks him in the ground, and we're going to call timeout because why not? Minute 34 on the clock, and it's looking like we're getting the ball back. Play action. Maddox is looking. Didn't like any of the options. I see a receiver coming back in the middle of the field. It's Kukwa! The improvisation from A.J. Maddox and Kukwa. And they're able to get a connection deep down the field, and obviously we're going to call no huddle. Bowling on a little corner route, and he didn't even try and catch it. We're kind of fortunate that wasn't intercepted. I'm not sure what happened there. Got Vea. Vea makes the catch. Vea down to the 30-yard line. No huddle again. Time will stop momentarily for us. Christian Glass in the end zone. Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, you can't drop that. That was a touchdown in your hands, and you nearly just gave it right to the defender. That was very uncharacteristic for Glass. I don't know what happened there. That was a touchdown in his hands, dang it. Got Bowling. over the middle. He makes the catch, and we'll call a timeout. Give our guys another chance to kind of catch their breath as we are now inside the red zone. Oh my gosh, what a throw from Maddox. I thought that was intercepted for sure, but he just buzzed the guy with the ball. And Ofisavea brings it in. Gonna run no huddle again as we get down to the 6-yard line of Utah. And just see if we can punch this in here with about 30 seconds left in the half. Oh, Vea got stuck on him. But a flag is thrown. They're probably gonna get him for holding or defensive pass interference or something, because that dude was all over Vea as he was trying to make that play. And that is what they call. We will accept it, and that'll put it at the 1-yard line. Bo Jackson gets the carry, gets the touchdown. Touchdown Marlins. Bo Jackson hits the gritty in the end zone, and we extend our lead to 27-0, soon to be 28-0. The offense is doing fantastic today, which is nice to see because there have been some questionable moments from the offense this season, but not today. Today, they are playing fantastic. Play action. Utah choosing to be aggressive. Throws it to a receiver short in the flat, and they are going to call a timeout, so they are going to try. There's not a lot of time left, though, so odds are against them to get any points before halftime. That one just ends up getting dirted. Pressure got in there again, and it was Jordan Crawford again. Oh my gosh. They cannot, look at, they're throwing 2 guys at him, and they still cannot block the guy. It'll be a handoff, and it is going to be a first down. A nice run from the running back. Utah will call another timeout with 13 seconds left. Underneath, caught again. Just shy of the first down line, and it's going to be their third and final timeout from Utah. Quarterback just throws that one away. 5 seconds left, and yeah, they're going to throw a Hail Mary. Lawrence, is he not going to throw it? He's just not going to throw it and carry on. Brings him down for, I believe that will count as a sack. I don't know what Lawrence was thinking there. Obviously, no one was open because it was just a Hail Mary to end the half, but he chooses to just eat it anyway. And that'll do it for the first half, 28-0. Freeport Tech's lead over Utah. I mean, this game's been everything we could have hoped for. Defense has pitched a shutout. The offense has scored 28 points in one half. It's been everything we could have hoped for, particularly on the road. Strong showing. Let's keep it up in the second half. Play action to start things off here. Oh my gosh, Ofisavea wide open deep down the middle of the field. No one was on him. Cuts back to the inside and gets us close to midfield on the first play. How do you leave him open of all our receivers? Stumpf gets the carry. Stumpf looking for a lane, finds one, cuts ahead and gets 9. Deep one to Maggio. Can he get it? He does! Touchdown! Ben Maggio, his second of the game, and another beautiful deep ball thrown by A.J. Maddox. And we get yet another touchdown. How about Ben Maggio having the game of his career by far? He's our 4th string receiver this season, but he's gotten loose for 2 touchdowns in this game. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, quarterback's gonna go down again. A number of Marlins involved. And who else but Jordan Crawford again? Oh my gosh, how many times have I said his name today? I feel like it's been at least 10. And he is the one who looks like being credited primarily with the sack. How about that? Quick throw, and it's caught. Shemuel actually missed that tackle, but Taj Carrion comes over and makes the play. But it's a first down. Oh my gosh, Jordan Crawford got in there immediately and nearly had another TFL, and he does actually end up chasing down the guy because he got stuck and end up helping make the tackle. What an effort from him today. Oh my gosh. 2nd and 7. It'll be a handoff, and it's right up the middle. Freeney shoves him to the ground. Oh, a QB draw for Lawrence right up the middle. He's not particularly fast, but does get 9 yards before Freeney tried to take his head off. Quick throw to the running back. Dwayne Chin comes over, swings him down for a loss of 1. And it's going to be 3rd and 2. Read option. Lawrence is going to keep it. Ray Pepper makes the tackle short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th and 1, and they are going to go for it. I mean, why not? They're on our side of the field. Oh my gosh, Jordan Crawford got through untouched, and it's a tackle by, who is that? Dwayne Chin, I believe, who ends up stopping it. Crawford just got in there again, but Dwayne Chin ends up being the one to clean it up and stop the running back short of the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on downs. Nowhere to go for Jackson. Only gets 2. Play action. And Elias gets open deep down the field, and he got it! Nice catch by Elias to burn the linebacker in coverage. He's tackled down at the 12-yard line. What a throw from Maddox as he eclipses 1,000 yards passing on the season already. Jackson gets the carry. Gets 3. Oh, I had glass, and I just didn't see him until it was too late. Can I get it to Vea? I sure can! Touchdown! Opisa Vea. And the Marlins extend their lead even more, and another great throw from Maddox on the 6th touchdown of the game for us today. And Opisa Vea is the one who gets this one. And off. Up the middle. Running back still going. Jaden Lewis chases him down, thankfully, because he's insanely fast, but no one tackled him at all in that entire mess of bodies. Play action this time. Kennedy got home pretty much untouched and drilled the quarterback as he was throwing. Another handoff. Dwayne Chin and Ray Pepper meet at the running back. It'll be 3rd and 11. Ball is on the ground. It's a fumble. Javier Cherry falls on it. It was a strip sack, and it's recovered by the other D tackle, Javier Cherry. Oh my gosh, this defensive line has played out of their minds in this game. Who was credited with the forced fumble? It was Xavier Kennedy off the edge who finally got home on that play. Forced the ball out, and Javier Cherry falls on it, and it is another turnover. I don't know why I just said another turnover. I think that's the first turnover we've actually forced in this game. I think it just feels like we force turnovers because our defense has played so well. And they just forget to cover Tristan Glass, who gets wide open in the end zone for another touchdown. Are you serious, Utah? How on earth do you let that happen? I mean, obviously this game is just out of hand for him at this point, but gosh dang. How do you just let a receiver get wide the crap open? Oh my gosh. Well, Tristan Glass redeemed himself after he dropped that would have been touchdown earlier in the game, I guess. Oh my gosh. The Red Sea parted in front of him, and he's going to get chased down. Unless, okay, he finally did get chased down by, it was Merrill and someone else were on him initially. And then I think it was Ben Maggio who ended up making the tackle. It was Prince Kukwa was in there as well. But Utah returns it all the way to our 46-yard line. Oh my gosh, Xavier Kennedy gets home again. Our 9th sack of the game. And that is going to do it for the 3rd quarter. 49-0. Freeport Tech is leading. It's been a while since we saw a performance like this. And what a performance it has been for Freeport Tech all across the board. Holy crap. 1 quarter to go. Oh my gosh, another sack. It's Jordan Crawford again. Are you serious? They just straight up refuse to block him. I don't know if do they have some sort of like hatred for their own quarterback or something? He's getting demolished. That's 10 sacks. Just a pop-up, and it's intercepted by Jaden Lewis. He jumps it beautifully. Just a horrible pass from Lawrence. There's really no sugarcoating it. That one was terrible. You couldn't do that. Unless was that another quarterback? That may not have even been Lawrence anymore. It might have been a new quarterback in the game. But gosh dang. Intercepted by Jaden Lewis, the transfer corner. Backups in the game for us. Kevin Wilkes under center. Siaki Twalo next to him in the backfield. Probably shouldn't have cut it back that far. Wilkes under duress, threw it off his own lineman's helmet, and it'll be 3rd and 8. And Xavier Jewell gets open, and a nice throw from Wilkes to pick up the 1st down. RPO throw out to Ben Maggio, who has 2 touchdowns on the game, and he gets about 9. And Tualo couldn't find the room. It'll be 3rd and 1. Elias motions into the backfield, and Tualo gets the handoff again, and it will be a first down. Oh my gosh, Jewell just beat his dude off the line, and it's a touchdown! Kevin Wilkes threw a nice ball, and Xavier Jewell just completely broke the press coverage and got right around his defender, and it's another touchdown for Freeport Tech. How about that? I guess Utah's secondary must be weak or something, because it just seems like everything we're trying is working. Their defense on the whole must be weak, which is, again, uncharacteristic for Utah. Typically a very strong team defensively. But that is 56 points that this offense has put up on them today. Handoff right up the middle. Marcus Jones couldn't make the tackle. Kevin Caudill comes down and does hit him. It'll be a first down, though. Play action. And it's a pop-up to the right side. Ray Pepper tried to intercept it. Couldn't come down with it, though. Hand off. Fired. Comes up and it makes the initial hit, but it looks like Corner and Kellogg make the tackle. Oh my gosh, Vince Kellogg gets home on the pass rush. And it's an 11th sack for this defense. 4th and 15. Utah's going to have to punt it again. We're going to get our first look at Emmanuel Hook on this drive, the other quarterback vying for the backup position and potentially the job next year when Maddox graduates. We'll see how he looks. We haven't actually seen him yet. We've seen Wilkes a few times this year, but we'll see how Hook does. Can we get it to Tualo on the wheel route? Oh my gosh, wide open! Touchdown, Marlins! Emmanuel Hook just bought a little bit of time to the right. Initially, I was going to check that down underneath, but then Tualo just ran by the defender. I don't know if they put a D lineman on him or what, but that was not good defensively from Utah. I mean, he created a comfortable 5, 6, 7 yards of separation before that ball even got to him. Jeez, oh Pete. Oh, Marcus Jones nearly got a sack, but the throw got off just in time. Hand off. Good amount of running room. William Byard comes over and makes the tackle. That is going to be the 2-minute timeout for this game, and Utah just is ready for this game to end, I'm sure. Another handoff, and Vince Kellogg comes flying over and makes the tackle. And it'll be 3rd and 2. Oh. I tried to switch guys right before the snap, and Marcus Jones just dove forward and face planted, but they ran the ball, so it didn't really matter. Underneath caught. Kellogg and Jones combine on the hit. Marcus Jones beats the block, but does throw the guy forward for a first down. Underneath, Kellogg makes the tackle. 8 seconds to go at the snap. Throw underneath is caught. Merrill makes the tackle. They probably are not going to call another play, and they will not. That is going to do it for this game. 63-0 victory for Freeport Tech on the road. Absolutely crazy performance. Just did not let Utah get anything going offensively the whole game. And our offense pretty much just had their way with whatever they wanted to do. Absolutely crazy performance. I would not have seen this coming in a million years. Maybe a win I could have seen coming. We obviously played very well against BYU last week, but oh my gosh, this team just looked like a different animal today. And if we play like this, we could easily run the table through the rest of the conference schedule that we have in front of us. Oh my gosh, I don't even have any words for what I just saw. That was quite a performance, to say the least. Absolutely insane. Let's take a look at the stats. Zach Lawrence had 58% completion. That sounds about right. Then Jabu Zamora came in for him. So our passing game was insane. AJ Maddox, 14 of 20, 70% completions for 306 yards and 6 touchdowns. And then the 1 interception, which was more my fault than anything. What a showing for him. Absolutely crazy. Emmanuel Hook, the 3rd-string quarterback, came in late and threw 1 pass for a 56-yard touchdown on a beautiful wheel route. So maybe I'll try and get him a little more run in garbage time. We kind of have seen Kevin Wilkes a few times now. I'd like to kind of know what I have in Hook moving forward. Kevin Wilkes came in, had 3 for 4 for 45 yards and a touchdown of his own. Also looked very good. I mean, everything we did through the air pretty much worked today. It was very nice to see for a change because our passing game has been a struggle at a lot of times throughout this series. Rushing. Yeah, obviously, this isn't surprising. Our leading rusher had 30 yards, 8 carries for 30, and a touchdown for Bo Jackson. The passing game was just working so well. I didn't even feel the need to run the ball all that much. A.J. Maddox had a nice 19-yard scramble. Tualo, 5 for 17, and Trevor Stump, 4 for 14. So nothing to write home about on the ground, really, today. But it was all the damage was done through the air. Receiving is going to be quite the room. No one over 100 yards, but Ben Maggio, the leading receiver. 3 catches for 82 and 2 touchdowns. How about the coming out party for him in this game? Mostly been buried on the depth chart since he got here already, a junior. But, man, got loose for 2 touchdowns and had another nice catch, too. Ofisa Vea, 4 for 74 and a touchdown. Obviously, we expect this kind of stuff out of him. He's just so dependable, man. And I still don't know how he got as open as he did on that one route over the middle. Siaki Tualo, a 56-yard touchdown on a wheel route. Very nice to see him bring that in. That isn't a given that a running back makes that catch all the time, you know. Those over-the-shoulder catches are tough if you're not, like, a receiver, basically. But Tualo did a great job, especially considering he's a contact seeker. Trishan Glass, 2 catches for 55 and a touchdown. I don't know what the defense was doing on that play either, just leaving him wide the crap open. It was late in the game, obviously. Maybe they kind of mailed it in already, but still crazy. Chester Elias, a 41-yard catch. The only receiver on this entire board that didn't have a touchdown, which is crazy. Donnell Bowling, 3 for 37 and a touchdown. Hey, Xavier Jewell, 2 for 36 and a nice touchdown. Caught his from Kevin Wilkes. And Prince Kukwa, 2 for 26 and a touchdown. I mean, look at the production by so many different players. 8 different receivers caught passes in this game, and everyone caught a touchdown except for Elias, who had 1 catch for 41 yards on a nice little wheel route of his own. So, geez, oh Pete, just crazy production from the passing game today. 5 pancakes for Caesar Drake, 2 for Tim Whiteheart, 2 for Anthony Blizzard, 2 for Alonzo Gage, 1 for Keenan Sexton, 1 for Dante Korn. So Blizzard and Gage, the 2 guys we recruited together, now both juniors, both came in garbage time with the backups and got 2 pancakes each. How about that? Defensively, this is going to be insane. Dwayne Chin, leading tackler on the day with 9. Jordan Crawford had 8 tackles. That's crazy. Vince Kellogg and Carrion had 6. And Ray Pepper, William Byard, Xavier Kennedy each had 5 apiece. TFLs, we have so many. Dwayne Chin and Jordan Crawford each with 5 TFLs each. Xavier Kennedy and Todd Carrion with 3 each. And then Vince Kellogg, Sebastian Thompson, Ray Pepper, Viliami Queen, and Javier Cherry with 1 apiece. And the sack numbers, good grief. Jordan Crawford at 3.5. Xavier Kennedy, 2. Todd Carrion, 2. Viliami Queen, 1.5. Vince Kellogg, 1. Javier Cherry, 1. And Dwayne Chin, a half sack. That's ridiculous output from our entire front 7. That's an insane. Like, we ended up with, what was a total? 10 or it was 11 sacks, I think, on the day in total. Obviously, one of the half sacks is split up among 3 different guys, so that's a little confusing. But that's ridiculous, man. Absolutely insane. Our front 7, really, just was so dominant in this game. And that was why Utah couldn't get anything going. I remember when they got their first, I think it was the same drive they got their first down. It may have been a different one. We got 3 straight sacks, all right in a row, and then they had to punt it from their own, 10. That's crazy that your defense can make that kind of an impact on the game. Jaden Lewis had an interception, a very nice play on the sideline for the transfer corner, who we like very much. Nice to see him come up big. Ray Pepper and Jaden Lewis each had a pass deflection in this game. Good to see that. Xavier Kennedy forced a fumble, which was recovered by Javier Cherry. So he had 2 turnovers forced on the day, which is great. And, yeah, there's nothing else to say. This defense was absolutely insane today, and it was really the performance of a lifetime from none other than the big man himself, Jordan Crawford, with 8 tackles, 5 of them for loss, and 3.5 sacks. For a defensive tackle, that's absolutely crazy. Oh, we leveled up. So we got some coaching credits that we'll get to spend now. Victorious. Freeport Tech earns a midseason conference victory over Utah and Salt Lake City. That's selling it a little short. We didn't just earn a midseason conference victory. We won 63-0 on the road against Utah. Obviously, they're 2-4 on the season now, 1-3 in conference play. So it's not like they're some force to be reckoned with or anything like that. They're clearly having a bit of a rough season, but still insane to do that to anybody in the Big 12, especially on the road. We'll sim on ahead, and as I kind of said earlier, I think this week could be an insane recruiting week with at least 3 guys nearing their decisions. So we'll have to kind of see what happens with those guys. So this is going to be a very interesting sim ahead for us. Commitment time. Dave Bryant, the 4-star defensive tackle from Monroe, Louisiana, commits to Freeport Tech. This one we saw coming. LSU was involved early in the recruitment, but took him off the board for some reason and never came back. So this was really a one-horse race. It was just a matter of time before we got him. And that is, in fact, the only commitment that we received. And I'm seeing some frustrating things further down the list. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad at how those went there. So Monty Marvin, we're in a recruiting battle with Pitt. We do still have a lead, despite them getting a visit. We'll have to see how this comes down to the wire. I don't know if they're going to get more influence than us every week. Obviously, he's from Philly, Pennsylvania, so that will help them. I assume they have a pipeline to their own state. We do not, so maybe that will be the difference. But this recruitment is not over yet. Bruce Burden set to visit this week. We lead for him. Josh Blanco set to visit this week. We lead for him as well. And Jesse Hunt set to visit this week. We also lead for him considerably. And then George McCracken reaches top 3. We're not going after him. Dalton Abrams commits to Oklahoma. That one was coming down to it. And he ultimately chooses the Sooners over us. That sucks. We lost out on both of our top tackle targets on the board. And we're going to have to reroute because I think we need to get at least one other tackle. And that's assuming we get the other one on the board right now. And Cam Berry spurns us for Oregon when all's said and done. We are unable to get his talents, which sucks because corner, as I've said a million times, I'm always trying to improve. But it wasn't in the cards to land him or 5-star tackle Dalton Abrams. So that sucks. And it's a really somber note to kind of end here. But at least we got a commitment from Dave Bryant. And obviously we have a chance still for Monty Marvin. And then we have a huge visit week with 3 of our top targets on the defensive side of the ball. So all is not doom and gloom, but losing out on Abrams and Berry sucks, man. That is going to do it for us this week. I'm going to put off on the coaching credits and what to spend them on. I'll figure that out in the next episode, ideally. But we set up for a home game against West Virginia, which, as we already know, is going to be a huge visit week for 3 of our top targets on the board and two of our top 2 targets and then a third high priority target as well. So it's going to be a huge game. If we play like we did today, I mean, I'd like to say West Virginia try and stop us, but if we don't play up to par, I'm sure we could get beat in this game. We are up to number 10 in the country, so we move up 5 more spots with the blowout win, which is awesome. But season's far from over yet. In fact, we're only halfway through it, so lots of football ahead of us. Then we just got to keep winning the games in front of us. Thank you very much for joining me. I love and appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see all y'all in my next episode. Later, y'all.